It's your boy T-Bear on the reaction. Today is Music Monday. About to do another video from Direct Production. We checked out one old school piece of equipment that shaped the sounds of music and hip hop down later on as well too. That is Lindrum, which was made by Roger Lynn, who was also responsible for the infamous MPC 60. Now I'm going to check out another one that shaped the sounds of music through the years, including later on, even in the 90s, and that is the DMX drum machine. So let's see about the DMX drum machine. What had happened was, let's get it. And this is before
What's up? You got
Darkman X.
Your boy Direct, aka
DMX.
Native Shades, reminding you to like and subscribe.
Man,
Cause
fresh.
does this sound familiar to you? Come into my bedroom, honey. What I got will make you spend money all night long. Or, baby, you make my love calm down. Dun, dun. Ooh, you make my love calm down. Or every breath you take. Dun, dun,
Wow,
dun,
that was
dun,
on
dun,
that
dun,
too?
dun. Every move you make. Dun, 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 dun. Every bond you break. Every step you take. I'll be watching you. Dun, 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 dun. Since you gone, I've been lost without a trace.
Breakdown too.
Even that I can only see your face. I think I knew it. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about the Oberheim DMX drum machine. What had happened was...
And fun fact,
So we're...
if you followed my beat making journey on it though, I use a drums kit that's from the OP DMX as well too. For this beat I did called Whispering the Rains, I used the kit for that as well too, though. But yeah, but definitely the DMX shaped the sounds of the 80s and later on as well too.
in the crazy 80s. The Lakers got the chip. In the final game, Magic Johnson played point, two guard, small forward, power, and center to bring the Los Angeles Lakers their 7th title. But this story goes back, way back to the early 60s. You know, the times of Happy Days.
Really?
Henry Winkler, Fonzie, hey. But this cat was even cooler than the Fonz. And that was Tom Oberheim.
Oh,
Well, going even
make
further back to the 50s, when Tom was a young man, he was really into sound. Man, we just keep going back, and back, man. It's like Stephen A. Smith's hairline.
Yo, Direct's a goddamn fool. Oh yeah, man. Oh shoot. Yo, he's a fool, man. Yeah, he looked down his Lakers and his Knicks didn't win the first game against the Heat though. But yeah, this is gonna be a good series though as well too. But let's keep going.
I'm just bugging. I'm just playing.
Yeah, you playing too much, dog.
For real, Tom was really into musical sound. And just like any kid in the world, he said, when I grow up, I want to be an electrical engineer. So Tom went to college in Manhattan, Kansas. Yeah, this is a different Manhattan. There's no Harlem in Manhattan, Kansas. This is somewhere out there in West Bubble. Yeah. So Tom went to school out there and really got into the music class.
Hold on a second. I'm back in. Oh shoot! I had to burp my son. Anyway, I'm back. So let's keep going about Tom Oberheim. Matter of fact, where's my phone at? Let me see. Is he still alive? I know Roger Lynn's still alive and kicking. You know what I'm saying, one of Mr. Tommy Oberheim is alive and kicking as well too. You know what I'm saying. Yes, sir. Alive and kicking at 86, man. My man. Anyway, let's keep going.
He really loved it to a point when the semester was over, he said for the next semester he wanted to join again. And now Tom was using all of the electrical knowledge that he had and was putting it into building all kinds of equipment and getting really good with just music technology. To a point, a band with like the greatest name in the world, the band's name was the United States of America. Wow, I wonder the brain surgeon that thought of that one. So this band broke up, and they were like two parts. They were the original members of the band, and they were like the other crew that had new members that came into the band. So it was like two separate parts of the band. And the leader of the second group, she wanted Tom to build a ring modulator because the first group actually had one, and their songs was dope. So she was like, hey, we need that ring modulator. Tom, can you build us one? Can you imagine that? She didn't go out and buy it or tell Tom, hey, could you buy it or get one for us? She said, can you build us one? And Tom was like, okay. Now I'm thinking, how fine was this woman? You know, she must have looked like, I don't know.
For somebody to do that.
Amazing.
Right?
She must have looked better than Ashanti. Could you imagine how good?
That's hype. She look better than Ashanti, man.
She had to look so that Tom would go out and actually build a ring modulator from scratch. There was only like one magazine in the world that taught how to make this thing. And Tom went out and found it and built it.
Really? Is this for, hold on. Is this for real? They really had a Playboy guide on electronic entertainment. I'm done. Oh, I'm done right there. Wow. And she ain't new, but at least got a hot woman on there. Wow.
Oh man, this woman must have been bad.
Yeah, it's really that bad.
So around 1975, Tom Oberheim came
that's
out
the girl.
with the Oberheim polyphonic synthesizer. Before this time, all synthesizers were monophonic, like the Moog and everything like that. But the polyphonic synthesizer, that brought in a 4-voice polyphony synthesizer. So Tom was in business. This synthesizer cost about $4,200, so he sold a ton of them, so he was good. But give it a couple of years, and he ran into none other than Roger Lynn. And Roger Lynn was talking about...
Wow, what a connection! Because you know, I just got finished doing the video about his first big equipment before that one he has in his hand, the Lindrum. So wow,
this drum machine that he wanted to build. He had a vision. A machine musicians could use to play in the background as they develop their ideas.
Right.
Tom told Roger, join the company, we'll make it together.
Whoa.
Join Oberheim. But
again, a connection.
Roger said thanks, but no thanks. I want to try this one on my own.
Yup.
I want to give it a shot. So Tom was like, okay, no problem. At this time involving synthesis and music production machines, there was enough money for everyone. So in 1980, Roger Lynn released the LM1. And it sold pretty well. Oberheim saw this and said, you know what? I'm going to make my own version of a digital drum machine. And in 1980, Tom Oberheim released his most popular and best-selling product ever. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the Oberheim DMX drum machine. You're getting 24 original drum sounds, 8-voice polyphony. You're getting 8 outputs on this machine. Machines today, drum machines today, don't have 8 outputs. You're getting up to 100 sequences, 50 songs. This machine even has its own system that allows it to be synchronized with other Oberheim machines, synthesizers and whatnot. This system predated MIDI. They were thinking futuristic with this joint. The data format is 8-bit, but with the PCM, you can increase the resolution to 12-bit. This machine contains original drum samples made by musicians, not samples made by synthesizers, because at the time, the synthesizers really couldn't give you that realistic sound. So they actually had musicians drum everything out. This machine has a swing function.
Yup. So that was the original drum kits. Wow. Like before, like when they had the original drum kits, before, you know, drum kits was like available in like packages you get online and stuff like that for your MPC, your dolls and stuff like that. This had the drum kits within already. That's awesome right there.
Clams, 8 VCA sliders, 24 pads. And when Oberheim released the DMX drum machine, everyone loved it. From Run DMC, Prince, Madonna, Everyone couldn't get enough of the DMX drum machine. They sold like hotcakes. Everyone loved that gritty, dirty sound. And the funny thing is, it wasn't by choice the sound was gritty and dirty. It was basically because they couldn't afford the cleaner sampling sounds, like the Fairlight. You know, they had to work with what they could afford. So the audio sampling quality at the time wasn't the best. But for some reason, that grittiness and griminess just gives those drums just that punch. You gotta remember, folks, this was the early 80s. These companies like Lin Electronics and Oberheim and everything like that, you would think they had everything under control, but they really didn't. They were always on the verge of going bankrupt. You know, it was hard to maintain these companies to a point. A lot of them did go bankrupt and they had to sell them. You know what I'm saying? These guys had it hard, man. They were bumming rides off of coworkers. You know, you know, like Josh from work. You know, Josh already gave you 2 rides this week, and you see him down the hallway, and you're like, hey, Josh. And Josh is ducking his head, moving fast. And you're thinking, what? Josh used to be your mans in them. And now he's ducking you. That's how bad it is, to a point you see Fred. Then you go up to Fred and, you know, you got to make the small talk with him first. Like, hey, Fred, how's the wife and kids? And he's like, they're okay. Okay. You're like, hey, Fred, are you going anywhere near Broke Street and Freeloader Avenue?
Freeloader Avenue?
He's like, no, that's on the other side of town, but I guess I could, why, do you need a lift or something? Yeah, Fred, thanks. I really appreciate it, man. Love you, bro. That's how hard it was for these music production companies back then. So the workflow of the DMX drum machine is pretty much self-explanatory. All the buttons are labeled in front of the machine. You know, you have the bass kick, the snare, the hats, and above the button are the volume levels for each of the rows of instruments. You have a metronome volume button and a master volume button that controls the volume of everything on the unit. You have the tempo and the keypad section where you could just type in the tempo, the signature where you can tell it what kind of signature you want to play, like 4/4. You have quantize. You could tell it to quantize for you, 1/16 or 1/8. You have swing. You have the length. You can choose whether 1 bar or 2 bar. Copy the bars so that you can, you know, make your bars longer. And all you got to do is press record and play and just tap out your beat. Tap out your drums and you're good. If you want to erase something, hold the erase button, and whatever drum you press that drum and it'll erase it. Pretty simple. Wow. So when the Oberheim DMX came out, it was about $2,800, which was pretty expensive in 1980, but folks just had to get their hands on it. The sounds were just
voice
too
card
lively.
and all that.
This machine was responsible for hits such as Rick James, Super Freak, Madonna, Into the Groove, Heavy D and the Boys, Mr. Big Stuff, Big Daddy Kane, Smooth Operator, Grandmaster Flash and Melly Mel, White Lines. This machine was responsible for so many hits that even the rapper DMX named himself after it. Shout out to my mans and them, Travis Hall, for reminding me about this thing. I'm telling you, the Oberheim DMX drum machine is incredible. So that's the DMX drum machine. What had happened was... So this is your boy Doc.
This was a good one right here. Damn. I really want to go into... I think I did look at that video of the sounds from it, but I really want to check it out myself now, I'm saying. Not in person, but I ain't never bought it. I know it's special as hell, but definitely want to look at some more videos about it, though, for sure. But other than that, this was a good video, though, for sure. This was definitely good. So if you like my reaction, like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I definitely want to look through any other, like, old school or lure new school or stuff that Direct Production went over as well, too. Just to let you know what had happened was. But other than that, it's your boy T-Bear signing off. One love.